Everything I ever wanted, I just push up on it and she know the play. Name leave stains on the brain. When I bless the game, she ain't knowing what to say. Ain't nothing in between God and kings. That's a direct link like the Pharisees.
What up, Houston? We're here, Bite City Boys. We're going to start off with the bad news of the week. We'll get right into it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Jose Altuve
broke his thumb.
Yep. World Baseball Classic. A scrub through a ball, hit him in the thumb. Broke it. He broke it, and he's out. They're predicting 8 to 10 weeks.
The bad thing is it was USA that did it, so we can't bitch. If it was like fucking Mexico, man, you know how much shit we'd be talking.
At least it wasn't Japan either.
And it's messed up. It's a thumb injury, and no one ever really thinks about how much you use your thumb for shit until you do something to your thumb. And with having surgery on it, there's really no telling. And they kind of
I ain't worried about it.
They kind of said there's no telling on when he's gonna come back either way, though. But
7 weeks.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 8.
I'm gonna take the over and go 10.
I broke the palm of my hand and the bone came smooth through the skin. And 7 weeks, I was bitching heavy.
So, with him being out, who are you looking at, I guess, to take his spot?
I talked to my little homie today and asked him about it, and he said they're going to start Dubon, and he's not happy about it.
No, he said lead off.
No, I was just talking about in general with him being out.
Well, I was going to ask both anyway. So
Yeah.
Who's going to take his spot, I guess, defensively, and then – because I think, for me, Dubon makes more sense defensive-wise over Hensley.
Yeah.
But Hensley has the way better bat of what I've seen. But also, he has –
bro, Dubon can't bat his own body weight. That motherfucker sucks that bad.
Dubon looks like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
He looks like every child that plays Pee-wee, or Little League. But, I mean, you're pretty much in a 1-2 person type of thing. And now lead off, of course, is the other question of who leads off. And you kind of see Dusty testing out a few people in the last few spring training.
I just think the smart pick would be Bregman.
Somebody just commented on the picture of Altuve and said if he gets surgery now, he'll be back in a month.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's getting surgery this.
No, I know. They're saying if he gets it this second.
I mean,
who's to say he's not?
No, I know. I'm just saying it's crazy that we're in the middle of talking about this and the exact thing.
No, I think that Bregman is the safest bet at fucking leading off because he doesn't strike out much. He controls the plate. He's more likely than anybody to get on base. The only problem with Bregman doing it is it just changes our offense. Like with Altuve doing it, it's like, no, bitch, we're coming out and we're swinging for the fences right off the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck it, throw Jordan on there so he can swing for the fences. I'm just
no kidding. Dummy. You would put.
Kidding.
I want to put Tucker there. That's who
I was gonna say Tucker.
Well,
I was gonna say Tucker, and you said Bregman first.
No, I said Bregman was the safe pick.
I know that, but you said Bregman first. I was gonna say Tucker.
That's who I would put, but I don't think Dusty would do that.
Probably.
And Tucker has an ankle injury from the World Baseball Classic, so we don't know what his health is looking like yet because he hit a ball off of his ankle. So Dusty didn't speak on it. He said he knew he was not playing for Team USA, but we don't know what it means. It's nothing serious, I would guess, because there's no news about it, but it's also not something to not pay attention to, I guess, because it can always
Okay, then let's think about it. So if Brantley was starting, you might even put Brantley there, but he won't start the season.
Yeah.
So then who plays left field? Like,
Jake.
I was going to say, could you move Jake Myers over there?
I would think that, but I don't think Dusty would think that.
I really like that all three of us had the exact same thought.
I mean,
this is the first time that's happened in like a year. Every single one of us had the exact same thought.
I'm going through like the roster of what we have left, and I mean, Dubon and Hensley. I need you a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you still have like JJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because there was like last year, JJ hit a walk-off ball in a doubleheader against the Yankees. Like, that dude has a little bit of experience, and if I only really need you for a couple weeks until Brantley gets back, I might just say screw it and start the season with you in left field and leading off. So then when Brantley comes, I can just plug him in that spot.
I mean, we've talked about it before. Offense for sure is going to be what we need to get the ground running on, because there was a lot of games last year where we pretty much only we had 1 or 2 runs in Wednesday. Our pitching is not the same. Yes, there's a lot of pitchers in the World Baseball Classic, Garcia, Urquidy, that have looked pretty good going forward in their games, but we don't have a Verlander out there.
Mm-mm.
We have a lot of unexperienced younger pitchers that you're going to be asking a lot more of now.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give them runs. You have to give them that. And so, I mean, of course, Abreu helps with that. But going into the season, I mean, we have questions of Jordan's hand. We have questions of, I don't know what's wrong with Lance at this point.
Jordan needs to do like Moises Alou used to do and piss in his hands. I don't know what it's going to do, but piss in your hands, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's because we need him, bro. Like, if Jordan don't do good, like Jordan can cover up for the fact that Altuve is not there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But do you think Altuve could cover up for the fact that Jordan's not there? I don't think so.
Not at the moment.
That's how important. That's how important Jordan is to the team.
I mean, we saw when he's hitting, he's MVP caliber type player.
I think Kyle Tucker will get MVP votes this year.
The way he was playing in the World Baseball Classic, he was pretty much the talk before Trey Turner started hitting and before Kyle Tucker got hurt.
Yeah,
I believe Kyle Tucker gets MVP votes.
He can get MVP votes and he's gonna get paid. I like it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
I
get
didn't
paid
say
for
that
sure.
part. I
He's
don't.
gonna get paid.
I think he's gonna at least get close to what he wants.
No, he's not, because you don't understand what he wants. It's never the money; it's the
I know.
years.
I know it's the years.
They're like so far apart. This motherfucker talking about 4 and he's talking about 10. There is no common ground in between that. You know what I mean?
We'll make it work in 3 years. Yeah.
I hope so.
If not, well, hopefully we win 3 and then he can ride off in the sunset.
But then, like, the fact that we didn't have a GM for a long time, like, recently pissed me off. Because, like, Jerkson Profar got signed by, I believe, the Rockies for $6 million.
Yep.
And I'm like, if we would have picked you up, then we wouldn't really have that big a deal.
Yep. But
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, now we're pretty much
when you were the names floated around forever, and we just didn't fucking do nothing with you. And for $6 million, like he could have been Marwin Gonzalez for us.
Yeah.
He could have been our new Aletmus Diaz. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we forget that we got rid of Aletmus Diaz. We got rid of a few people. So, I mean, for sure, there was people I was hoping they would sign to at least fill a type of void. But they didn't. And, I mean, we just got to go from there pretty much.
I ain't tripping, though, bro, because I would rather be hurt and have these problems right now than in fucking July. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, right now I'm not going to say it's perfect to be hurt, but, I mean, it's the best time to be hurt. Be hurt in the beginning. When it comes to playoffs, I want all you healthy. I want all you ready to go and all that stuff. And, I mean, most of the time anyway, they were saying that, I mean, Altuve was going to get time rested anyway. He's older now. A lot of guys are going to get time anyway, but now you're having to rely a lot on your bench players more, on your roster guys, compared to when you wanted to do, giving them their time. I think Alex Bregman will probably have to do a lot more now, and then he'll get his breaks a little more sporadically when Altuve comes back and everybody's healthy. I did see a name out there, though, that they were – I don't want to say they were talking to, but they said it was an option, was Jonathan Villar.
The infielder? They used to play for the Twins?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think he also played for Detroit. No, he played for Boston or Detroit?
He played for us, Brewers, Baltimore, Miami, Toronto, New York Mets.
Man, anybody who they bring in is just a placeholder. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with trying Dubon. I'm good with trying Hensley. Just give me what you got. It's 50 games. We'll figure it. We're the fucking defending champions. We'll figure it out. You know what
I was gonna say it's kind of like our team's so stacked at the moment. We can play around a little bit until we figure it out.
You can't play around. Let me tell you, you by the time Altuve comes back, you have to either have or be in striking distance of the division lead. Because Seattle's coming to play baseball. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even guarantee you we'd be in first place when Altuve comes back. No. But you got to be striking distance.
Seattle's legit, like, every year just trying to get a team only to beat us. It seems like.
What happens the time they do?
I mean, every division has said it. Like, whoever is the top dog in their division, they're like, our goal is to beat that team first, and then we'll worry about playoffs. Because you get home field, you get all the perks of it. Texas Rangers, they said it. Hey, our goal is to beat the Astros. They didn't say nothing about Seattle. They didn't say nothing about anybody else. Seattle, same thing. I mean, Angels always say it, but I mean, you have Trout and Ohtani. If Trout ever stays healthy, then yeah, I guess maybe. But that's about it. And then Oakland, they're just there. I don't know what they do. But yeah, they fucking suck. Those two teams, I mean, the Rangers and Seattle are going to be the two that we have to watch pretty much of what happens when we start the season. How does our offense look without – how does our defensive look without him?
I don't think that's going to matter.
Yeah.
Dubon can provide better defense. It's just that, like, can you – okay, the difference between Altuve on the field and off the field is 1.7 runs. Can we close that gap? So I'm just – there's two reasons Abreu. You just said it. Consistency from Pena. Don't fuck with Pena. Don't expect nothing from Pena either, because if he don't produce, then y'all are just going to hate on him anyway. Not y'all, but them.
I think Abreu and then Tucker having MVP-like season are the two X factors of what we need to move forward, because we know what Jordan's going to give us if he's healthy. Jeremy Pena, just do whatever the hell you want to do, bro. Like you said, I'm not going to worry about you. You're as much as you were on a pedestal for the season, I'm not expecting you to do that the whole damn year. Like, it's just not reasonable and feasible.
I still don't think he should have been World Series MVP, but that's me personally.
All the city's going to hate you now, Zach.
Well,
that is the poster child of the Houston Astros.
That's a lot. People the only reason that he gets the poster is because Jordan don't speak English good. Straight the
Jordan struggled for a while.
You can stand me in front of all those fans and Jeremy Pena, and I'm gonna tell you, this is Jordan's team.
No, I mean, he was an MVP, he was in everything, but I mean,
yeah. Guess what? Jordan hit that ball over the center field wall. That's why we're World Series champions.
That is true. He took the air.
That ball's still in the air.
Yep. They said when they were when you were on the rodeo Ferris wheel, you could see it floating.
God, that day that he hit that fucking home run to win that fucking playoff game, me and Nick were driving home from work, and Nick was like, well, I guess if we win this game, I'll pull over and post about it. And I looked up like 2 minutes later, and Nick had his flashers on, pulling over to the side. And I was like, what? And I looked down, and I won $50 because he hit that home run.
I was like, yeah.
I remember when he hit the one in the World Series, me and Nick were streaming, and I was bouncing around the living room, high on NyQuil because I had COVID.
I remember.
Oh, man. I asked people on Facebook, though. I mean, we pretty much know it. I guess we already know starting opening day pitchers for Amber. We're going into, we only have a few days left. Who is, I guess, the rotation? Are we going 5-man rotation, 6-man rotation?
You go 5-man rotation until
Lance
soft ass come back.
Yeah, until Lance figures out how to get the sand.
The problem is like, where do you put Lance when he comes back? Because mine right now would be Fromber, it'd be Christian Javier, it'd be Luis because of what he's done in the WBC. Then I have Urquidy, and then I have Hunter Brown. So when I bring Lance back, I might throw him between Luis and Urquidy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw him in front and between Christian and Luis.
So you think they move Hunter Brown up to starter?
Oh, he's a starter anyway.
Well, he's still bullpen right now in depth chart.
No. Listen. Linda, listen. Hunter Brown is a starting. I don't care what the depth chart says.
I know. I'm just asking.
Is a starter for the Houston or Astros. Like, what else do you do?
He has to. I mean,
No, I get it. I'm just asking. Yeah.
Are you gonna pitch Bielek? No, he's a starter. And then
I mean, he
if
struggled
you have
a bit.
to do 6 because it saves Lance.
Yeah. I mean,
people forget. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying Dana Brown did talk about the 5 and 6 man rotation, and I think they're gonna flirt with both, but I do agree.
People have to remember why we won a World Series. Like, yes, Jordan fucking hit a moonshot and Pena did his thing, but we had the best fucking bullpen humanly possible. Yeah. And that's why you can take those chances with Hunter Brown and Urquidy, and that because he was like, all right, I'm still confident my bullpen can get us through anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's like Hunter Brown has to take that next step and I think with you getting rid of Verlander, not by honest choice, but you didn't want to overpay for an older, pitcher like we've said before that struggled in the World Series for us and everything. He did his thing at the end, but you have youth, you have people, and we always talk about this, like Hensley and all these other guys. Hunter Brown, it's your time to step up. Urquidy, it's your time to prove yourself. Christian Javier, Framber, this is your show. Like Luis Garcia, we're watching you in World Baseball Classic. Be that guy.
But it's also like we talked about before, like Hunter Brown don't have to be Verlander though.
No.
Like, you should try to fill that Christian Javier role where it's like, if I ask you to start, I need you to go 5 innings. Just go. If you could give me 5, like 1.5 times through the lineup, then you help the team win because I can go to Seth Martinez or Bielek or Neris or Mouton and be like, go give me 2 more innings, and then we can move it over to the back of the bullpen.
Go give me the football. I give you football.
That's how the fuck we're going to win baseball games. Now, I hate to tell you this, there might be more pressure on Dusty Baker to actually be a skipper, which scares the fuck out of me. So we might be calling for his job again.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm always ready for that.
Yeah.
I don't care about what you did last year. I want to know what you're doing this year.
Well, not only that, is every fucking update you get about the Astros comes from Joe Espada anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Joe Espada, it's yours.
There's a reason he didn't leave, so he knows something we don't.
He knows, like, I get the keys to the Cadillac next year.
One of these years coming up.
Yeah.
I get to drive the boat.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the Astros, I'm not worried really. I want to see what they do for sure in these upcoming games that are going to be actual meaningful games. But I do want to keep an eye on Seattle, on the Rangers, see how our division's playing out because this is the perfect time. They smell blood in the water. They're going for it because if you can get a great lead in baseball, it's hard to play catch up as you keep going and going and going.
Well, it would be harder now that you don't play your division as much.
Yeah.
Because, like if we're go 5 games behind Seattle and we're not even to the All-Star break, I'm like, I ain't sweating it. They got to play us too many times. You know what I mean? But that's not like that.
We get to play Oakland like 20-something times. So
yeah.
Dang it. I'm going to miss playing Oakland and the Angels and the...
Now we get to act like champions now. Like we go into the season fucking hobbling. Let's dig ourselves out of it.
Yeah.
This is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be great for a DVD and a video at the end of the year when we win again.
Yeah, exactly. This one will mean more. It's like we couldn't cheat. We weren't all here.
Yeah.
It's true. They'll still say we did. But I mean, I don't care.
I guess that's it for the Astros. I mean, there's not much left until the season starts. I mean,
we'll do Astros predictions next week.
Yeah.
Texans did too much shit this weekend.
Yeah, we can move on to the Houston Texans. They've been quiet, been active.
God. They finally traded the fucking headache that is Brandin Cooks. So he's not going to be a draft trade like we were kind of predicting. We got a 5th round this year and a 6th round next year. And we traded him to the Dallas fucking Cowboys, so they get to deal with him now.
I'm not even mad about what we gave up.
I'm not either.
I mean, what we got back. Because I told y'all that was his value.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I'm not even.
You revisited a trade you turned down last year, though, that you would have got. It's so stupid, bro.
There was people that were saying that we deserved a first round or second round for him, and I was like, y'all are dumb. Like, there's no way that dude's worth any of that.
You did get offered a third round last year, though, so that's what.
Yeah.
And they would have ate the contract. We held over money. Like, we're $22 million in the dead cap because of this that we can't spend.
Yep.
It's fucking stupid, bro. You should have just kept him. Like, he had more value to you that way than fucking anything. Just keep him.
And my biggest thing is there was a lot of fans coming out saying, "Oh, the cancer of the locker room is gone, cancer of the locker room," and a lot of people were like, "Oh, quit talking on Cooks that he's a cancer. His teammates loved him, this and that." But it kind of gets murky a bit because it's like, if you're not causing problems, why did they just keep you then? Why didn't they just keep you and be like, well, I'm not going to eat this. I'm just going to keep you and good luck. But then they kind of were like, well, we got to get rid of him.
Because, like, Brandin Cooks is in a position to play. Because we don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
That the politics favors Cooks in the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because, like, the team's not going to go against Cooks because he's like, you might be here, motherfucker. So what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to back talk Casario when he's not around.
Yeah.
So Brandin Cooks just played that to his benefit. So we should have been like, no, bitch, you're staying here. You didn't have to trade him right now. That's the thing. It's like there was no urgency. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It happened out of nowhere at like
exactly
8 a.m. on Sunday. I had just got to the gym and I got the notification that he got traded.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I just wanted a new clean slate type of thing, I guess. And I'm like, all right, he's gone. New slate. I don't got to worry about nothing no more. And that's just how I'm going to look at it. We got 2 picks, 1 this year, 5th, and 6th next year. Like, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to go into the draft. I can't look at everything else. Like,
well, he probably did that shit because we had to give up a 5th round pick this year. We had forfeited a pick because of the Deshaun Watson bullshit. So, honestly, but still, bro, I just feel like you could have waited. You could have waited.
Oh, he for sure could have, but I mean,
what do you mean?
He could have, but it's like you said. I think honestly, because we lost the 5th round pick, he was like, "Let me go get a 5th round pick." I'm tired of this guy. I think social
media
definitely
not what that had nothing to do with it. Is the motherfucker gave Laramie Tunsil money on the same day he was feeling fucking brave, so he made a fucking impulsive move. That's what he did, straight up.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm glad that Brandin Cooks is off the damn team anyway. So they could have gave me a bag of fucking chips, and I would have probably been happy with it. So
me and Nick saw a Cowboys fan yesterday that we know, and I told him, "Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed Brandin Cooks," and he said, "Oh yeah, wait, what?" And I said,
I ain't tripping because we took y'all's tight end and y'all's motherfucking biggest receiver. So, and I have a strong feeling that Noah Brown might stick out in this offense.
Well, that was what I wanted to get into. I mean, Noah Brown is not getting any credit from Texans fans. A lot of people are like, "Why do we get him? Who's this guy?" And it's like, dude, if you know receivers, they don't have to be the biggest damn name. They don't have to
but not only that is you have to understand how there's a strong possibility that we might be using Noah Brown like San Francisco uses Debo.
But they don't see that, bro. They don't. I don't even know what they see when we sign people. I mean,
like it hurts my heart to know we signed 2 Cowboys, but it's like, fuck, we might get use out of you. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you about Dalton Schultz last week. I was like, what do you think of us signing him because he's a free agent? And then when I thought about asking you, it ended up happening, and I was like, oh okay, well. And I mean, it's not a bad deal. It's a 1-year deal.
It's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, he
can catch up. I can tell you what I think the biggest benefit to signing Dalton Schultz is you get a little bit more of a traditional tight end play than you did with the fucking idiots we had on our team last year. Because he doesn't just run up the seam and turn around to catch a ball. That's not all he can do. They say he's a good blocker, but I don't really see it. I think he's a good situational blocker.
Yeah,
but he does have the sense to just turn around and sit down in the zone, catch a ball, get a first down, take the tackle in the back. And you know who that's going to help? Mechie. It's like you can't double team Mechie off the line now because I'm going to beat your ass if you do.
He was ranked 4th in receptions and touchdowns and all that. I mean, right under the best Mark Andrews.
Yeah, say it. Yeah. Mark Andrews, the best.
Mark Andrews, yeah. Travis Kelce and what's his name? The other guy. Dang.
And then plus, like, nobody else was gonna fucking sign him. Like, there's so many tight ends in this draft that people want to check out.
I don't know. People were so mad that we lost Jordan Akins to Cleveland. I was like, oh, it's our own.
The son of a bitch that kept catching all the balls in Indy when
Yeah.
we were supposed to lose.
Yeah.
That's why they were mad, because we won that game, and they were like, "That should have happened all
The
year."
two son of a bitches that caught the balls, him and Brandin Cooks, we shipped off.
Yeah, bye. Both of you gone. I don't want to see y'all anymore. I mean, we've already talked about it. Dalton Schultz is going to help out whoever the young quarterback is that we get at there. I mean, he's what we call security blanket, right? He's I mean, he helped Dak out a lot, so that should say something.
And you got Teagan, and you got Beck, and you got Mechie, and you got Robert Woods.
And whoever we draft, though.
Nico Collins is still on the team. Noah Brown. I don't know if I said him. We still got them two rookies from last year, too.
Oh, yeah, true.
Jalen Camp and John Johnson III.
What did you think of Devin Singletary getting signed 1 year?
I didn't like it.
That was an interesting one, but I didn't really understand it.
I think
because, like, let me ask you this: when you first heard that we signed Devin Singletary, did it feel like to you, "Fuck, we're not drafting a running back"?
Kind of.
Yeah,
I really wanted to draft a running back.
That was my immediate thing.
I-
Nick said we just signed Devin Singletary, and I was like the dude from the Bills, and he goes, "Yeah, he's on the Texans," and I was like, "I guess we don't need a running back now."
Well, I feel like Singletary is also too similar to Boone.
I think they're just doing all right, one of you is going to get the spot, second, third string, and that's what it is.
I feel like Boone makes the team no matter what because he's really good at special teams.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Singletary's deal, it's 1 year for $3.75 million. I mean, that's to Cal McNair, that's like, it's whatever.
But I just feel like if you draft a running back that's stupid fast, I want to see him play.
Yeah.
I know you want Bijan Robinson, but he's probably going to Philly.
Hey, there's a chance we could get him in the second round.
Well, he was in Philly visiting them, so that's why I was like, oh, they might. And they're not signing no running backs. They look like they're going all in on him.
Yeah,
but
they even got.
We signed a bullshit center. Didn't care about him.
I was gonna ask you about him.
He's just depth, like Nick said last week. He's just a body. We need a center, bro.
Is he better than Quinsbury?
Of course.
That's the only thing I was okay with. People were like, "Oh, this dude sucks," and I was like, "Yeah, he sucks." But I mean, do you want him or you want Quinsbury? Do you want a rookie in him or do you want a rookie in Quinsbury? Like,
I'm trying to think if maybe they're considering putting King and Green at center.
That would be interesting.
It might. We also signed a linebacker, Corey Littleton. Yeah. Special teams player. And I was trying to tell people that. They were like, "Oh, this dude sucks." And I was like, I mean, he's probably for special teams.
Well, he was good for a couple years, but
he's
it's
like a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. Like there's a real strong possibility I'm gonna fucking hate you as much as I hate Christian Kirksey. So
it's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
so the question is, what position, if quarterback is priority 1 at 2, then what's the second most prioritized position at 12?
Center.
I feel like it's pass rush. Like you don't have a pass rusher on this team.
Jalen Carter. I just didn't want to say it in the universe because
the more I thought about it, I don't think he'll make it to us.
Jalen, you're gonna fall, bro. show up overweight again. You're good, bro.
But then also, like, if you fucking get Jalen Carter, then that just makes the signings from last week dumb. Like, you don't need Rankins. You don't need.
A lot of those signings are gonna look dumb after the draft, anyways. I think.
No, because like think about it. If you get a defensive end at 12 to play alongside of those, it's like, oh shit! Now I got a real defensive line, not 4 good defensive tackles.
Yeah.
And then center.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then linebacker.
I think if he's there, you got to get him, but that's also insurance because you don't expect to get him. Is I guess where I'm going with it because.
No, I feel you. If he's there, then you'd be kind of dumb to not take him. But I could see us passing on him. I really could.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's this thing that they keep talking about. It's with the quarterbacks for sure. and it's their head of scouting. All of them keep talking about that they want this fit for the organization more than the talent of itself, and that's kind of been the MO all years. And I'm hoping we don't get another Kevin Johnson thing where.
No, I don't think that. I kind of have a feeling that they know what they want.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because, like, that stupid fucking GM from the Bears the other day said that the Texans had called to see what it'd take to move up a spot. And if you're going to make that call, there's for a reason. It's because you want somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that makes me at least feel like, all right, these dumbasses might have an actual plan that they're going to try to follow. So let's see if I could follow it with them.
Well, our second pick in Brandin Cooks trade is out the window now. So that
word.
But
I'm really sorry. We got a notification on our Laramie Tunsil post about him, signing more. And somebody said that we should have saved the money for a veteran quarterback and all this stuff. And somebody commented and said, I wouldn't mind Cam Newton to the Texans.
I don't.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Whoever said
you
that.
read that shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bring him the fuck up.
I know. I saw it and I was like, why is this still a thing?
It's because he threw at Auburn's pro day.
He threw at Auburn's thing and he was like, oh, I'm going to be here.
I say it a million times, bruh. If you don't be part of the circus, like, don't do it.
I don't even read these things anymore. I just have them there to make sure that everything's A-okay. I don't.
Yeah, I wasn't. I looked down and saw Cam Newton's name and freaked the fuck out.
I would have just slid it over. I knew.
Yep.
The only quarterback that's I would be like, okay, well, we're gonna have a conversation about this is freaking what's his name from Baltimore. That would be the only one. Lamar. I would be like, okay, well, we can talk about this, but. Anybody else? And I don't want him. I did not want freaking Garoppolo. I didn't.
Hell no.
Derek Carr. I didn't want none of those dudes.
Not Baker.
Oh hell no. I mean, people are still shitting on Case Keenum, and I think that's dumb because if you're expecting him to be the number one quarterback, then you just don't understand football. Like
you don't.
But
he's good enough to understand the system so good that if we ever needed him, he could still win his game.
Yeah. I think Case Keenum coming back is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
I liked it.
I think it was a good idea.
All fired up.
I know you were.
All fired up.
What Zach said, I have a whole plan for it, man.
I did.
They asked Nick Casario. It was kind of interesting. They asked him, who do you think would make a better quarterback? And it was Andre the Giant or Rey Mysterio. And he ended up Mysterio. He said, oh, the little guy will always make the better quarterback. And so everybody was looking at him like, you just play your cards, bro. Like, you showed your cards right now saying, we know. And it's kind of, everybody keeps linking this.
You know what I'm saying? It's no secret.
I mean, everybody pretty much knows. We want Bryce. We've been wanting Bryce. And I know they did say that Casario and D'Amico are going to be watching, of course, the pro day for CJ and them.
But I still feel like all that bullshit. Carolina wants CJ, Frank Reich, and CJ's a Frank Reich guy. I just feel like that's a smokescreen. Like, that shit is intended to get back to Casario, like, trade for the pick, bro. And then that's like, nope, I'll take CJ if I have to. I really would.
I mean, one has superstar talent. One has pretty good talent.
No, one has generational talent, possibly, and the other one's probably going to be a superstar. So either way, we're good.
And it just matters about the roster you build around them. I mean,
but that's why it was pissing me off about Tunsil. Is everybody's like, it's stupid. Why would you give him money? Like, he's not going to help the team in 5 or 6 years. I was like, well, if it gets to that point, you trade the fool. But he plays left tackle. They stay good for a long time. He
gave up what, like under 5
1 sack. Yeah, he had 1 sack last year. 17 pressures and 1 sack.
With Davis Mills running the ball. It's like with an offense that didn't know how to move the ball at all. It was like
I've seen people really commenting about him like ever since, saying he better not give up 1 sack this season then for all the money we're wasting on him. Like,
I mean, yeah, we all think that, but like he said, you only gave up 1 sack the whole year. I mean, yeah, that's pretty freaking good. But my only thing is like, were you motivated by money? And now that you got it, are you going to still play the same way?
That is true.
Yeah.
But
That's the only thing I worry about.
A positive for me is the Kansas City Chiefs, a real dynasty, was calling to try to acquire you to protect their quarterback. That's the only part of it that I'm like, you know what? If Kansas City sees something in you, then I'm gonna trust it a bit, and I'll give you your money, bro. Like, you deserved it. You did good.
But what's the alternative? I trade you for 1 first-round pick, probably to a team that's in the AFC that's gonna be good. Like, do I want the Bengals fucking first-round pick so I could go draft another left tackle and hope he's as good as you? No, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta compete with the Bengals.
Yeah, if he was going to the NFC, I'd be like, that's cool. You know, whatever. Just whoever wants him, you can have him over there. But yeah, AFC now, because you're gonna have to go through that team. You're gonna have to beat that team, and I mean, there's still a few free agents on the board. It kind of looks like Texans are more filling in special teams and everything else.
But you're also about to add like 11 rookies.
And they said the cap is about 15 mil. They're thinking for all the rookies that if you pick all these rookies at the pick grab, you're looking at about 15 mil against the cap. And so I'm thinking that's kind of why a lot of these deals are 1 years and a few money here, a few money there. So,
but I also think like you said, some of these fools probably won't make the opening day roster. Like, I don't know if Boone and Singletary make it, and I think Boone makes it.
I mean, if Singletary doesn't make it, I'm not worried about it.
I'm not sure.
I saw what he didn't do in Buffalo, and it's kind of like
Singletary had like 1 good year and then fell off the face of the earth.
I want to know what happened to Denzel Perryman, but
I think that he wanted more than they were willing to pay because of that torn labrum shit he had.
Oh yeah. Well, it was between us and the tight end, so I mean, we'll see.
I didn't want you anyway, bro. So I'm just saying, I'm not hating on you. You're not a trash player or nothing like that. But if I make that position still a need, then I got to solve it in the draft. And that's what I want to do at linebacker. You know what I mean?
I mean, defense has to get better.
But hold your horses. I have an idea. Hold on. So there is a possibility that we can get an all-pro linebacker if we tried hard enough. Hear me out.
Okay.
So the Baltimore Ravens traded for Roquan Smith, and then they gave him a shit ton of money. Henceforth, made the already existing really good linebacker named Patrick Queen expendable. I would think I might be on the phone to find out what you want for him. That's just me, though, because I know how good he is.
Well, if it happens, then they listen to you, and it was you.
And it won't be the first time that happened, that they listen to me.
It happens a lot, actually.
More than people realize. But I just don't want to bring bodies in, like you said. There's a difference between bringing a special team body in that I can just sit there. But if you bring Perriman in, he's coming in with the intent to play. And I already have Christian fucking Kirksey that I need to get rid of.
Which is probably, honestly, fucking Singletary's coming in with the expectation that he's going to play too, which is where it comes into you probably saying how not both of those guys are going to make it, and you don't think Singletary does.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, I mean, I just feel like if you draft a running back, that kid's probably going to make it.
Yeah.
Pierce is going to make it. Boone has more versatility because he kind of does the same shit you do anyway, and he's a special team like specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only shot you have of staying on this team is if we cut Dare Agubawale, and for some reason they really like that guy. So I don't know what to tell you, Devin.
So I guess we're going what? Quarterback, pass
I'll
rush,
go. Yes.
And then what's our need after that? I'm guessing it would be
center.
Probably a center. So I'm assuming that I can either get a player like Miles Murphy from Clemson, big body, and D'Amico likes big body linemen at 12, or Nolan Smith, who's probably the better player, but he's just not as big. Yeah. And then at 32, I go center with Caleb, and I either want the kid from Ohio State, the Whippler kid. That's probably who we can get. And then we start trading back into the second and third round with our picks. It's like, let's make some move. Yeah, get a fucking see if you could get back in the second round and get Drew Saunders from Arkansas, the linebacker, or one of these fucking corners, or a receiver or something. You know, for all you know, Josh Downs might be there in the second round, receiver, or Zay Flowers or somebody. Like, do that. Be aggressive.
Yeah. No, yeah, I feel that. I mean, I do expect us not to use all the picks, especially in the lowers. I think we're moving up. We have Mr. Irrelevant also, so.
I just feel like they took tight end off the board for us.
Yeah.
And I'm halfway tempted to say the same about center because of the linemen that we signed. And I almost want to say that they bumped back receiver.
Yeah.
It almost feels like he's doing everything he can in free agency to help the quarterback he's about to get at 2, and then telling D'Amico the rest of the draft is yours. Yeah. Like, you either go BPA, best player available, or somebody you really want. That's how it feels to me.
And the way they're spacing their guys out right now, okay, you're going to go scout these guys, you're going to go scout these guys. They're spreading out so much. Like, they weren't at the combine. It was just those two because they said all their scouts were out looking at people. And so it kind of feels like, I mean, everybody does it, but it feels like they're like, okay, who are the guys we really want? And then who is the best at that? And they talked about it a bit, like, they're not always going to go with the best at that if they feel this guy's a better fit in its organization, locker room. Because the top scout said it. He goes, you're bringing in a player to NRG's family. Like, that's what we're doing here. So I need to make sure you're a whole cohesive unit for us. And so when they said that, I was like, okay, he's not just doing it as in we're going for this one guy. Quarterback kind of seems like it's down to 2 people. If you're thinking it's Will Levis, you're tripping. And if you think it's
Tyler
15, you're tripping also. It's going to be one of those 2 guys. And then that makes it fun because do you trade it up to get him? Do you not? I mean, we've talked about it. I guess what do y'all think it would take to if Bryce is your guy and CJ is there, do you trade up to get Bryce?
It just depends on what the fuck they're asking. Like, I'm not giving up another first round pick this year or next year. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I would even dare say I feel the same about second round pick. But then, like, if that's the case, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I'm gonna go to the Panthers and I'm gonna keep it gangster. Like, let's be honest. Like, do you really want CJ? Yeah. It's like, I'll give you something, but don't hit me over the head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're both getting what we want, and you just take a little bit more. Like, take a third round pick from 2025 or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as it's not too much, I feel like it'd be stupid.
Because it seems like, I mean, another first is out of the picture. Another second, a second's out of the picture. I would have to be a third.
The reason that I say that people can't necessarily just sit there and stand back and say, there's nothing I'll do to make the trade, is because we only feel that way because we shouldn't have won that game. Like, if we would have lost that game and the shit played out the same way, everybody and their mama would have been fucking mad because we haven't already traded for that pick. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if we fucking make the trade, you get Bryce and he turns out to be a star, nobody will fucking remember we beat the Colts. You know what I'm saying?
You never know with draft picks anyway. I mean, look at all the quarterbacks that have been picked usually. Most of them, I mean, Mitchell Trubisky, I'm sorry, bro, but I mean, yeah.
Trash. I'll say it.
Deshaun Watson.
Bitch. I'll say
it. It's like, out of that whole thing, it was pretty much Mahomes and then, like, some guys that – I mean, you still have guys that are put on a pedestal at quarterback. I am not a Justin Herbert fan. Caleb knows that. But – I'm not saying he's trash, but I'm also not saying he's one of the top 5 in the NFL.
No, for sure. He's top 10 though. He's definitely top 10.
He had a running for top 5 at one point, and
yeah.
Before I wouldn't say that.
Before he was trash. Yeah.
But I can also plead a case for him that he hasn't been coached properly.
Yeah, I could say that too.
But yeah, he's not on the he is not or never will be on the same level of the Mahomes and the Burrows and the Rodgers.
I don't know. Tell people that he has the height, bro.
Okay.
He's about to lose his running back.
I don't think Josh Allen will ever be there either.
Dang, it hurt. Caleb felt that like right here. Like,
No.
If
Get the fuck over
it. So we're content every week. It seems Bryce, CJ is gonna flip back and forth. But I mean, I do feel if you're set on a guy, that's your guy, and you're building a team around him, go get him. Just go get him. Go get him, and you can move on with the rest of the stuff you do. Fans are gonna hate you or love you no matter what. I mean, look at all the depth you're adding, and people are still crying.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. We were so adamant about Bryce being one and everybody else being that much far behind him. But CJ's kind of growing on me.
Yeah, I know. I asked you about it the other day, and you were like, "Yeah, no, it's only between Bryce and CJ now." And I was like, "Damn, okay."
He kind of like I don't hate it because I think that because he separated himself from Richardson and Levis so much to me.
Yeah,
it's like all right,
here and then the others. I mean, I told you when we were doing that video and I was getting all the highlights of him, and I'm just watching like so much film on him. I'm like, this guy, like,
you know what it reminds me of? LeBron and Melo.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you couldn't have gone wrong with Melo at one, but LeBron was just generational talent, and Melo just had a really good career.
I mean, Melo was a superstar if he could hone in on and not going to New York. Hey.
Word.
It's like, if he would have left Denver sooner or later, yeah. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, for me, seeing them throw, I don't care about what Anthony Richardson did in his jumps and all that shit. I don't care about that. I want to see you throw a damn ball, bro. That ain't gonna matter to me. I want to see you throw a ball, and clearly, we're gonna find that out soon. But if you have Will Levis even on your draft board at number 1, you're tripping.
If you have Will Levis inside the top 10, you're fucking retarded. Like, I don't see that happening. I really don't.
I see somebody on AR-15.
I told you last week, bro, and you call it a hot take or what? I feel like the Colts go Richardson at 4. I really feel that way.
That once Bryce and CJ are off the board, it's going to be a frenzy for who's going for that. And if people are hyped about AR, I mean, you're going to have a bidding war of Colts. Maybe the tight ends try to give up some stuff to go up there, even though they got Malik Willis and the amazing Ryan Tannehill and all that shit.
I feel like if they could get, I mean, they're in the Titans are in a good spot to draft a Levis, because I'm not saying that he can't be a pro quarterback. I'm just saying I don't want you to do it on my team.
Yeah, he can go there. I would love. Imagine the AFC South, Sunshine, Bryce or CJ on our team, AR-15 on the Colts,
Ooh. Will
Levis on the tight end.
Ooh. And Sunshine.
I like it. That's good for football.
Yep. Oh, if the Colts draft Richardson at 4, I guarantee you they make another killer trade on that night and ship off Jonathan Taylor.
Ooh. Well, they did say I mean, I could see that. I mean, the tight ends are still linked to trading their running back, so they want to get
Derrick Henry?
Yeah, they want to get him out of the AFC. I'm cool with that.
Fuck yes, I'm sick of you. You do really good against us.
He's a TY. He used to be TY.
I only want you out of here because you do good against us.
Like, if you're telling me that you're getting rid of fucking Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor out of our division, it's like, sweet. Well, do you think it's more likely that they play this year out there, or somebody like Austin Eckler gets traded first?
I think Eckler's getting traded for sure.
I think that Jonathan Taylor gets traded first. Because Jonathan Taylor might be the most skilled of the 3, but Derrick Henry's capable of carrying the biggest workload. And fucking Austin Eckler, bro, just scores touchdowns. Like, he just fucking puts the ball in the end zone.
Austin Eckler scores touchdowns receiving and rushing like nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Jonathan Taylor's really good. He's probably better, but he don't score like Eckler.
Jonathan
Eckler-
Taylor had a point where he was scoring like Eckler kind of crazy for a few weeks and then just out of nowhere stopped.
I just can't think of a team who needs a running back so bad that they would be willing to give up some. I think if somebody does, it'd be like the Bengals.
Yeah, because Mixon's pretty much.
Yeah. Maybe the Bills,
And they lost
depending on what they do in the draft.
Ryan or whatever his name is.
P. Ryan, yeah.
I think the Bills are going to fucking just try and go with Cook, though.
They're going to go get Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah.
No, they're either going to take a shot at Bijan, but I don't think he gets to him because I think they're at like 29. But there's a strong chance that they take Jahmyr Gibbs. And Jahmyr Gibbs is fucking play football. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, he'll definitely go to the Buffalo Bills and be their number one.
What if the Cowboys? What if the Cowboys tried to get fucking Jonathan Taylor?
Have at it. We'll laugh at you too.
Yeah.
Where do you think DeAndre Hopkins goes?
Oh, that's a good question.
They just won a second round for it, but then you also got to give him the money also. So it's like
He's gonna go to like Tampa Bay or something.
Nah, I think they're trying to part ways with too much shit to get him.
Dream Me wants him back here, but that's not happening. So realistically,
Yeah, they don't fit our timeline.
no.
I mean, it kind of does. I mean, given
Oh,
Bryce
man.
Young or CJ Hopkins, but
If you were to get young quarterback, one of those two, and then you make a NFL draft trade for DeAndre,
Mhm.
oh man, all the newscasts would be just talking about the Texans.
Oh, if you bring back Case and DeAndre, they'll be begging JJ to come out of retirement.
Oh yeah, JJ probably do it too.
JJ can come on day 2 and be like, I was signing a contract for 1 year with.
I can tell you what place I'd like to see DeAndre Hopkins end up is on the Rams.
That would be interesting.
I want to see him play in that division.
That would be good. Well,
I could probably see him going there.
I don't even think them sorry bastards got a second round pick to give up.
they don't got nothing. They were trying to get rid of their quarterback.
Yeah.
That's when you win the Super Bowl and you're just like, all right, we don't got nothing else. We're done, guys. We'll figure it out.
We won the Super Bowl by accident. We need to just figure everything else out.
Jalen, you want to leave? All right. You want to go to Stafford? No. You like Little Caesars Pizza commercial?
Cup, you're gonna stay, or you're gonna leave? What
Eventually, that's who they're going to have to trade just to get fucking picks back.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you might as well.
Bet the league better hope to God that Bill Belichick does not get his hands on a player like Cooper Kupp.
Oh man, no, don't worry, he got Juju.
I was gonna say he got Juju.
Yeah, like I said, a player like Cooper Kupp.
He got Juju. Juju gonna be out there doing TikToks.
Zach was yelling at people at the gym the other day because they were talking about Juju being all the way up there and good shit like that. And Zach goes, "Fucking who?" And I was like,
"Who? Okay. Fucking trash." I be getting mad, bro, because it's like just because you know a motherfucker's name don't make him good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were making fun of Bill Belichick and them for signing him. You had Jacoby Myers that literally did the exact same thing, is a great football player, a person that all he cares about is football.
Way faster and better, more of an athlete than Juju.
And you gave Juju the contract that he asked for. For what?
And you traded fucking Jonnu.
Yeah.
You got finessed by freaking Juju.
They got Brock Osweiler.
I don't know if that can be that bad. That's pretty bad. But
no, I know. That's the easiest thing to compare it to.
I mean, there was people that got a lot of Brock Osweiler though, because all you Texans fans that bought his jersey.
Yeah.
You can't even say for at least the next 5 years you can't say nothing about this.
Nick has 3 of them.
I'm none of that dudes.
He has all 3 of them that they made.
Nick has a Brock Osweiler jersey, a Royce White jersey,
a Mike Fiers jersey.
I was trying to think of one and I couldn't off the top of my head.
That's disgusting. Hey. I would get a Mike Fiers jersey
and burn it instead of fire
or something like.
And piss on it.
Yeah, has a rat on the back or something. Well, Texans fans will be here for the draft. We'll be making sure to keep you covered on all the breaking news, all the trades, because there's probably going to be a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, we don't got nothing else really. Bryce, CJ, make sure you check that video out. We'll break it down. We're gonna be doing some more for sure. Really ain't much left. Rockets or season's ending. Thankfully, they've been playing better.
Way better.
Jabari looks like the guy that we were supposed to draft.
Word. The motherfuckers about to play themselves out of a top 2 pick.
I know. I was getting.
They're gonna Texans it.
I want Victor. I don't even know who I want at this point. Like, if I'm being 1,000% honest, I don't know if I want Victor, Scoot, if I want the third. I don't know.
I want Scoot.
I don't know what I want right now. And I'm just kind of like, all right, well, we'll figure it out when the season ends. Fire everybody, and then we'll just hit restart on that team.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Can we just draft Jarris Walker from U of H and then call it a day?
That would be dope because he can ball.
I guarantee you he comes out of the draft too. And he's a top 10 pick in my opinion.
Well, let's get 2 picks at.
Because the Cougs, man, the second half of the Auburn U of H game was beautiful basketball buzz. But the first half was dog shit.
That was some of the worst basketball I've seen by the Cougars and some of the best basketball I've seen by the Cougars.
Exactly.
Same game.
Listen, Traymon Mark is, if we win the national championship, Traymon Mark in my eyes will go down as a Houston hero to me. Like, I'll always remember what he did the other day.
He showed up when everybody else was struggling. Sasser, groin injury, said he's playing at 60%. I mean, the big guys, they're doing what they're doing. I think who was it? Walker had like 5 blocks or something.
5 blocks, yeah. And then I think that Jawan Roberts had 4.
Yeah. They said Walker's blocks is a NCAA tournament record for it. So I mean, when we all know Cougs defense is what they're known for. When the offense is hitting, they're really good. Yep. When it's hitting though, because some of that.
But you just have to continually move the ball. That's our problem. You know what I mean? Yeah, we said it the other day. Sometimes Jamal Shead just out there look like Harden. Dribbling the clock off.
We did say his knee was hurting too, but I mean that sounds like a Harden thing also.
But like when he starts doing that shit, our fucking offense gets relegated to either rebounds and putbacks or a Jamal Shead floater. It's like we are better than that, you know?
Yeah.
I'll say it again. What Traymon Mark did, the mid-range fucking schooling that he put on that day, that shit looked like Jordan and Kobe to me. He's like, I'm gonna beat you to the spot and I'm gonna raise up and shoot it, and he was not missing.
He was on point when you needed a bucket. He was there, and it was beautiful basketball. We move on to Miami now, Sweet 16.
You got to control pace. Don't let them get out and run and play fast. If you make it a slower game, we beat them easy.
Yeah. Well, we're the underdogs in this.
Yeah, because they put up points.
No, they do.
They put up points.
In points, they're ranked 24th. We're ranked 75th. But it's literally a 3-point difference. So it's kind of like, eh.
But they want to play fast. And sometimes we get turnover happy. Don't turn it over. Don't let them run.
Yeah, but if you look,
play defense
at
and rebound.
defense, we're 33rd in steals. They're 82. We're 19th in blocks. They're 151.
Mm-hmm.
And then in rebounds, we're 15, and they're 159. So I think if our big guys control the boards, clog that paint up.
You just said it. When the big guys control the boards, and that means that the small guys can control the perimeter.
Yeah.
And we talked about it on text the other day when we were playing. I said, they're beating us from the 3-point line. We stop that, this game is over. And one more for me. I was right on that.
Yeah.
I just want to get to Sunday, Houston versus Texas. That's what I want to see.
That will be nice.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Well, Cougars, we're rooting for you Friday, game day, 6:15 on CBS. You can wear your red for them, man, for the city guys.
Sleepy.
Caleb, your Roughnecks lost.
Yeah, they did.
That was one of the worst. That was some of the
You
worst.
jinxed him. You shouldn't have did the video.
I watched it and I was like, this is terrible. Like, we lost to the Sea Dragons. Like,
yeah,
that's funny.
Our quarterback's whole team.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna come back. Hopefully, there's like 5 more games or something like that.
Yeah,
some 5 or 6.
it's 5, I think. Yeah, I think that was the 5th game, so yeah, 5.
Yeah, they'll still be one of the top teams in there. Sabercats, I can't tell you what they're doing, guys. I'm not gonna keep up with them. I'm not gonna lie.
I try to watch that shit all the time, but I don't understand what's going on.
I told y'all, I'm gonna get my homie Tobias on here one day when he's free, and he's gonna explain it all to us.
Yeah, I'm so used to American football. I'm be like, okay, blow the whistle, ref. Put the ball offside. They're all offside. What the fuck is going on?
That's a touchdown.
False start on everybody.
Yeah, I didn't understand it. I was like, yeah, I gotta change this. Hockey, we still don't have a team yet, but whatever.
It only been a week, bro. Calm down.
We'll be getting it soon. Dynamo, yeah, I know they beat Austin. I guess that's something, but yeah, there's not much after that. I think that's I don't have nothing else to add. If y'all do,
I think good.
Pretty much heavy on the.
Let's stop hurting fucking Astros for one, and other than that, we're good.
Well, luckily it's the last game of the World Baseball Classic, so.
Well, there's that, but we still have spring training because that shit could have. That's why I'm not mad because that shit could have happened in spring training. Then what?
Yeah, I mean you're going against minor league pitchers anyway in there, so Tucker can foul a ball off of himself any time. A guy can hit. I mean, Hector Neris almost took Altuve's head off twice in their game.
You know, I also don't. I'm not gonna say I don't give a shit, but I'm not so concerned about the Altuve or mad why it happened. Nothing will ever compare to what Paul George did when he broke his leg in the Olympic shit. Like that fucked his career up a little bit. He went from being an all-star. He could have been like a top 2 player in the world. And this ain't nearly as bad as that.
That was disgusting because he was out the whole season and his superstardom went from here to here.
And then he took like a whole year to learn how to play again, it felt like.
Yeah. Because when he came back, he was rusty and everything else. I was like, oh, man, this is not the PG-13. Yeah. And luckily, I mean, it's going to be weird because we haven't had a different – I think it's been 11 years since Altuve has not been at the opening day second baseman. So it's kind of, yeah, it's going to feel weird for sure. But, I mean, it's going to be okay. We're going to see – it's like a Make-A-Wish thing. You see Mauricio Dubon out there, you're like –
that's fucked up.
It's like –
you call Mauricio Dubon a Make-A-Wish kid.
Bro, he's like one. We always say he looks little. I mean, I love his defense, though. He hustles, he dives and stuff.
Man, he got a World Series because we let him play on our team, so he better take whatever fucking shit we say. I ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I ain't got nothing else, Houston. I'm done ranting.
Same.
I'm about to cuss this Team USA out, though, because we're losing.
Yeah,
I was about to do a very insensitive joke on this thing, but I'm not going to do it.
By the time this recording comes out, we'll know who won. And hopefully we're wrong after this. But Houston, y'all be safe. Y'all have a good one, guys. Enjoy the hot weather coming up.
Yeah.
We're out.
Yep. Later.
Altuve.